Hello everyone, I'm Katie and welcome to my channel, and let's get into my monthly reads. So I want to say happy April, but if the weather is anything like here, then it is miserable, it is grey, it is rainy and it is horrible. So for March I am really impressed with myself. I feel like I need like a round of applause. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I managed to read, I think it was like 4 books, which I have no idea how, because considering for the last week of March I went to London like twice, so I was only at work for I think 3 days. So I have no idea how I pulled that out the bag, but I am so impressed with myself. So the first book I read was The Sleeping Prince? Yeah, I don't know why I thought I had the other one in my hand for a second. That was really questionable. Yes, The Sleeping Prince. If you haven't already, you can check out my review on this book. That is already up. I really like this book. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, as I did say in my review, but just how everything was coming together, how the stories were meshing together, I just thought was really awesome. I absolutely love Melinda Salisbury. The world that she has created is just amazing. So this second book focuses on someone else, not Twyla from the first book, and basically the Sleeping Prince, he is now awake. He is basically making his way across, conquering as he goes, killing anyone who stands in his way. He basically wants to unite everyone so that they are all his new kingdom, and basically he's going to make them love him whether they like it or not, and he's probably going to rule through fear, and then he will eventually, be like, you will love me. See, it was rough in the start, but it's fine. Erin is amazing in this book. I really liked her. It is basically her just trying to survive, trying to get ahead of the prince and just save her mother. I really love this book, and I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, I would really recommend reading these. They're so brilliant, but definitely check out my review on my thoughts. So the next book I picked up, and I'm so glad I have finally done this, The Rebel of the Sands. Oh my god, it's so good, by Owen Hamilton. Again, my review on this is up, so you can check it out. I keep saying this recently, and it's so true. I've never read anything like this before. It was so brilliant. It was really cool. It was that sort of Middle Eastern vibe meets cowboys and Indians kind of cowboy western feel. It was so cool. Just gunslingers, yet the mythology of genies and dins. It was so cool. I can't. I don't want to go like too much into spoiling this, but there is very little magic to begin with, and then as the story progresses, more magic starts to infuse in this book and it becomes more present. I think how that was done was really good, and how it was kind of almost more like, you know, it was not like dreams before, but, you know, of a time of before, you know, magic just isn't a thing anymore. Amani in this is just so cool. She's so badass. Like Erin, she's just trying to survive. She just wants to get out of this dead-ass town of Dustwalk, and she will do whatever she can. She meets Jin, the foreigner, and it's just such a brilliant story. When the two worlds collide, it's just brilliant, and so much changes, like, for her, but it's such a brilliant character development. It's really believable. It's just wonderful, and I can't wait to read the second one. So the third book I finished, and this is why I picked this, because it was quite a big book, and I thought, oh, this will like take me up to the rest of March, and because I'm off for like those 4 days from work, like this will be enough. I read The Hidden People by Alison Littlewood. This is my first ever changeling story. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on this. I'm not sure. I might see how I feel maybe, but it could have been so good. It could have been so good. Do you know something? BBC, adapt this, because I imagine this has so much potential and so much promise that it would be amazing as a TV series. If anyone's recently watched Requiem, that was on BBC, think like that. It would just have this amazing eerie and creepy vibe. I have so many questions about this book, and just so much like what basically this guy meets like a cousin of his. Oh god, sorry, I had my door open a crack and I thought I saw someone out there, and I actually thought I was gonna die for a split second. We're all good, it was a curtain. So this guy meets his cousin. Also, this is like set back like way back when like Queen Victoria and Albert were around. There you go. And he meets his cousin, and then skipped so many years later, he's married, he's like never seen her since, and then she dies, and basically it's because her husband thought she was a changeling, so he threw her on a fire. I know, grim, right? And so this is where my questions begin. For some unknown reason, like this thing takes hold of him, and he's like, I have to go to Yorkshire, or wherever the hell they are. It's somewhere up north. and he's like, I have to go there, I have to find out the truth, I have to get justice for my poor little cousin. And it's like he was in love with it. It's like they'd had some secret little weird affair going on this whole time when really they didn't. I was just like, what? But there was just, and like, there was like stuff like I really loved, like obviously he like digs deeper into the laws and the folklore that they believe, and you know, the fairiness that they believe, which I think is really cool, and it's combined really well. And there are lots of these weird atmospheric moments when he's almost on the edge of believing maybe it's true. He almost seems like he's kind of losing his marbles a bit, and it's like really cool. And then it just settles back into, because it's that annoying, I must be a gentleman, I must hold myself with such decorum. I'm just like, just give in to the crazy. This will be so much better if you just think, fudge it, let's just throw all, like, no one here in Yorkshire knows you. It's never going to get back to London that, you know what, you decided to muck it and rough it and believe all this crap. Just go with it. I feel like I was like waiting for that moment, and then I realised that wasn't going to happen. I was like, okay, so like something else is going to happen. So I kind of thought that this book would go, I think, one of three ways. I kind of thought that either like the fairiness would be real, or no, maybe it was one of two, ignore me. Yeah, I think it was going to be, yeah, either the fairiness was going to be real, or that it turned out that it was kind of like someone used that to their own advantage. Really, it was like a regular murder, but like that someone was like, oh, the fairy sort of thing. So I thought it was going to go one of three ways. I did like the end. I liked like when everything was revealed, like with the fairies and stuff and all that cool stuff. I liked it, and I liked it, but I just feel like there was no real build up, and I just thought, oh come on, like really. But this would be great as an actual TV series. I think would be so good. BBC, come on now, don't let me down. But I might make a review of this. Let me know what you think if you want me to make a review, because like I have so much that I could just be like, what? So the last book that I finished, and again, so proud that I got to number 4. Again, can we just like applause for a second? I finished the last book. I managed to read The Scarecrow Queen. I've had the best month of my life. It was so I need to make a review of this. I'm going to try and do this tomorrow, or at least for next week, because oh my days, this series, so good, like so good. So I can't even. So the Sleeping Prince is basically, he is on the cusp of conquering. He has Erin in his clutches. If I thought I loved her from the first book, I love her so much more now, like so much more now. The horrors that she is just subjected to is just awful. I'm going to say horrifying, but yeah, it's all the same really. I just wanted to hug her. Just wanted to hug her. Twyla in this is just amazing. Her character development from that first book is just beyond insane. She has spent her life being told who she is, what to do, how to act. People are still terrified of her, even though, you know, the whole thing about her not being who everyone thought she was is revealed. Just still people are a bit like, And I guess it's probably because she got to live it up with the royals, and maybe they thought she was in on it. Who knows? But Twyla is just, oh god, I just want to hold her. I literally just want to hold this girl. She is just perfect. Like, the whole thing is perfect. I said this before in my reviews. The love interests and stuff are so relevant for these books, it is unbelievable. I'm so used to books just being, you know, so love triangle heavy or so love interest heavy, but these have just felt so right. The relationships for Twyla, whether it be actual, you know, proper relationships or friendship relationships, are such a huge thing because she has lived so alone. She does not know how to be with other people, and it's just wonderful, her feeling, because naturally you're going to feel jealous when you're watching everyone else with all this camaraderie, and she's just like, I really want to join in, but I don't know what to do. So she's just like, cool, I'll leave. Like, she's just really abrupt. She doesn't comes off a bit rude. And do you know what? I love it, because that's how you would be. You wouldn't suddenly just be like, hi, yeah, Bants, yeah, I'm so cool with you guys. You wouldn't be like that. She is just so human and so perfect and so awkward, because if you spent your life with people fearing you, that no one wants to be your friend, so not everyone's gonna be like high-fiving you because you're trying to lead the rebellion. She is amazing, and it is one of these things that because her life has been so prepared and like so, I don't know, this is how you're gonna live your life, she has learnt so much. She is like the perfect person to actually like do this stuff. This book is amazing. I can't wait to do the review. So those are the 4 I read. So looking at this month, April, I have only picked 3 books. They're quite big actually, and I think I've kind of picked 3 books because of what I've chosen to read. It'll make sense. So my first book, I'm finally braving The Hobbit. Just before I even finished that sentence, I tried, just take a moment. Oh, beautiful. I love this edition. I've wanted to read these for a while now. My best friend is like friggin' obsessed with them. And I decided that I was going to read these once I'd reread Harry Potter. And I thought, you know what, now is like the right time. So I'm going to read The Hobbit. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too wide. This is like my worry when I read classics, is obviously it was written in a different time and it's a language I don't quite understand. So it could be really heavy in text. I don't know, so we're just going to sort of see how we go. And I'm hoping that I can smash through this really well, because at the moment I'm getting through books quite well now. I work in Brighton, so I'm hoping that I can get through this in about 2 weeks is my aim. We will see. But I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I'm hoping that like it's not going to be a letdown and I'm actually going to be able to process it and understand what the heck he's on about. So for my second book, of course, it is Treasure to the Throne. It's so much bigger, but I'm so excited. I really can't wait to just see how this story is going to progress, how the rebellion is going to, you know, pick up, survive, carry on. I can't wait to see Armani just really carry on discovering who she is. You know, she was the gunslinger before, and then the other book ended, she was just someone completely different. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. You know, like I said, the first book was just packed culturally amazingly, and that kind of cross vibe was just brilliant. So I'm really excited to sink my teeth into it. I can't wait. Like Owen Hamilton, like, I love you. I was like, I love you. And so my third book, like I said, the other two are quite big, so I want to pick something very easygoing, so I have picked the next volume of The Wizard of Oz. So this is the next 3 stories, which is Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Oh, The Wizard in Oz, my bad. The Road to Oz and the Emerald City of Oz. So this is the next 3 stories, which were originally written by Frank Baum. There are 3 more volumes of these I need to get through, and I think story 15 is like the first story not written by him. So I think it's like the original 14 by him. So yeah, I thought I would just pick something, like I said, see what I mean, like it's really big. So although I picked some really big books, obviously there are only 3 books within this, technically. So technically I will be reading more than 3 books. But yeah, they're really short, and because they're a kid's book, they're really easygoing, and I kind of feel like, especially after I've read The Hobbit, and then after I've why am I trying to say ridden? What's wrong with me? I think I'm broke. After I've read Treasure to the Throne, I think I just might want something quite easygoing. So I decided to pick this, basically. So those are my reads for April and what I read for March. I don't know whether like this sudden burst of energy has come from, because like 10 minutes ago I was dying on the floor. I might have a cup of tea just to calm myself down a bit. I don't know what's happened to it, but lost my mind. Yeah, those are my reads. I would love to know what you think of them, if you've read any of them, and you know, if you've read The Hobbit, am I like in for a treat here with, or is it going to be kind of slow going for me? Because I'm really hoping it's not too bogged down. This is one of the problems I had with The Hidden People, was it was even written, I think, how they used to speak back then, so it just kind of got a bit too much and a bit too heavy and wordy, and I felt like I was almost kind of skipping bits, and I really don't want to do that for The Hobbit. What I am looking forward to is picturing Martin Freeman as Bilbo Baggins. That I'm really excited about. Just to hear his cute little voice would be really awesome. Let me know what you're reading for this month as well, and what you read last month. Don't forget, I love to hear from you in the comments. You can also like this video and subscribe, that would be lovely, and you can check out my previous reads. Until next time, bye!